by the warmth of your fire, in your chair, and talk about how bad things were. And ladies and gentlemen, you know as well as I, that doesn't get the job done. Somebody had to stand the line. Somebody had to show us how it was going to be done. And somebody had to tell the British, we aren't going to take it anymore. I tried hard to come up with words to describe those folks, but I can't beat these. This is from Tom Paine. Tom wrote this in a crisis paper many months after Lexington, Concord, and Bunker Hill. And it was words to describe those that could stand it, the ones that will take the hard knocks, the ones that will step up when the time gets hard. I want to read you that. Tom Paine. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But that he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of men and women. God bless these people. God bless these men. God bless our men and women in uniform. God bless our veterans and our patriots, living and past. Amen. Thank you very much.
Great job, Steve Pearson. Thank you. As we near the end of our program, folks, we're going to have a POW-MIA ceremony with the color guard. Tech Sergeant Naomi Bullock will assist in this. I think as part of this, we'll have Amazing Grace by Todd Boswell on the bagpipes. Am I correct in this? Okay. And also, Curtis Heiss will sing for us as well. Let's begin that process now.
Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the center of our gathering. You may have noticed the table set before you, to my left. It is filled with symbolism. I will explain. This table is set for our prisoners of war and those missing in action from all wars. They are not with us today. Their chairs are empty, but saved for their hoped return. Let us remember their absence. Let us remember the United States Army, honored by 2nd Lieutenant Sharmika Scroggins. Let us remember the United States Marine Corps, honored by Technical Sergeant Danielle Morris. Let us remember the United States Navy, honored by Senior Airman Tara Kinderman. Let us remember the United States Air Force, honored by 2nd Lieutenant William Parker. Let us remember the United States Coast Guard, honored by Technical Sergeant Jamie Johnson. Let us remember the men and women, prisoners of war, from all branches of service that are often forgotten. Let us remember them. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms so that their children could remain free. Remember. The lone candle symbolizes the frailty of a prisoner alone, trying to stand up against his oppressors. Remember. The black ribbon on the candle reminds us of those who will not be coming home. Remember. The single rose reminds us of the loved ones and families of our comrades in arms who keep faith and await their return. Remember. A slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate if we do not bring them home. Remember. There is salt on the plate, symbolic of the family's tears as they wait and remember. The glasses are inverted. They cannot toast with us tonight. Maybe tomorrow, if we remember. The yellow ribbon tied to the flower vase represents that what was worn by thousands who awaited their return. Remember. As we look upon this empty table, do not remember ghosts from the past. Remember our comrades. Remember those whom we depended on in battle. They depend on us to bring them home. Remember our friends. They are the ones we love, who love life and freedom as we do. They will remember what we do. Please honor and remember them.
Bring him home. God on high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. He is young. He's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly on and on. And I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young. He is only a boy. You can take, you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home.
Thank God for all our veterans, all our military personnel, and all that they've done for us. As our event draws to a close, a quick thank you to our sponsors and all the volunteers that have helped. We'll end with a song by the Cavaliers that will then be followed by a recessional with Todd Boswell, the bagpiper, and Retiring of the Colors by the Color Guard. And then a closing prayer by Reverend Robert Beal. We're going to sort of put things on automatic pilot and let that transpire in uniform fashion with folks. Let that process begin with the Cavaliers once again.
If tomorrow all the things were gone I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife, I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. The man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say,